streaming.
Okay, welcome back, K-Dwellers. It's your host, Uncle Nasty, on this interview again. I got this man right here, T.B. Phillips. He is an author. He is a creator. He is a scholar and a gentleman, and he has an amazing beard. Y'all say hi to him.
Hello, guys. It's great to be here. And so thankful you guys asked me on. And yeah, this is going to be fun, especially if I got to call you Uncle Nasty the whole time. Because, like I said earlier, I'm still having childhood trauma from the last time I said that. So, yeah, we'll just go with that.
All right, look, we're going to start this out right with an awesome question. If you write a book about failure,
Okay.
and it doesn't sell, is it a success or is it a failure?
Well, as a matter of fact, you just described my book.
Oh, no.
As a matter of fact, yeah. If you write a book about failure and it doesn't sell, yeah, then you're definitely a worse seller, which is what you were aiming for.
Right.
But that's not. Did you know a guy was a bestseller because he took a picture of his foot, and that's all? You opened the book and it was a picture of his foot because he was proving that it's that easy to be a bestseller. Look it up. It happened. So yeah, you can be a success, but I would say that you actually failed at your mission because you wrote something now I want to go see.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just blew my mind. I had no idea somebody did that. Really?
Oh yeah. This is a tough, competitive world, dude. It's easy to write a book.
Right.
Can I cuss on this? This is YouTube, right?
No.
Okay. It's hard as heck to sell a book. And that's the truth. And I said something like that in another interview. It's easy to write. It's hard as heck to sell it because it's so dominated by all these huge. It's a machine. You have all these publishing houses. You have all these agents, and they decide what people want to read. Kind of like music, like the music industry.
Right.
They decide what is cool that you're going to like. That's why I'm a self-published independent author. And when Andalon Awakens and Dreamers of Andalon series is huge, when people realize how good the message is and the story, I want them knocking on my door, and I definitely want to choose, how they're going to spread it to the market. That's, I hope that's not coming across too confident, but that's, I want to stick it to the industry that we came up with something that they didn't want. Especially when some of the best writing out there is undiscovered because nobody thinks the world wants to see it.
Absolutely. Cons like this are some of the greatest places to meet guys like this.
Absolutely.
And to see their work firsthand and to be able to get it. And, it's something Barnes and Nobles is not, you're not going to get to talk to him and shake his hand and see his humor and hear his stories. It's come out to places like this, go to these booths and meet these people. It's important. I mean, it is.
Absolutely.
I mean, because you're a cool cat.
Well, thanks, Uncle Nasty.
Oh, yeah. All right. Second question.
All right. I'm bracing myself.
If you could collaborate with another artist or writer, who would it be?
My daughter.
The feels.
Yeah. Actually, we are doing that right now. I have 2 daughters and a son, and all of them are talented in different ways. My daughter made the first map for my world, and she has drawn a lot of my characters that I have on my website. If you go to tbphillips.com, you can see some of the fan art that she's done. So yeah, just to know that the message was for my children, and it's for the world, for people like them who have had childhood trauma in their lives, and to collaborate with her and all of my kids to, just to continue. I mean, anything that I can do together with my kids. That's why I wrote this book.
Tell your kids something.
Well, I love you all, even though we're flawed and you're flawed as hell because, I'm your dad. I'm proud of you, and we got this. So I love you.
That's right. What got you started writing? And you told me already, but I want you to tell them.
It was my kids. We had a book club. I was a single dad. Their mom left when they were 9, 8, and 6, and we had a book club for almost 10 years where we would read books, young adult books, whatever, you name it, all the way to Game of Thrones, and we'd talk about it at the dinner table. And they challenged me. They said, "Dad, why don't you write a book? I had a master's in history. I was writing history at the time. They said, you know how to write. You teach history and English in high school. Why don't you put this book together?" And I did. And I wrote it for them as they became young adults that, again, the same message. I don't care if you're flawed, you can still be the hero. I mean, heck, the Pirates are the good guys in this, and they're the most flawed in this entire continent. So,
Right.
yeah, it's about doing good with what you have.
So you're a teacher.
I was.
You
I was.
You were a teacher.
I left that. I became a principal. I was an assistant principal for students who had issues, either disciplinary issues where they maybe committed a felony or drugs or guns or something bad got them kicked out of their school. And, yeah.
He just earned like 200 more points on my respect scale, and I already liked him.
Well, you know, Uncle Nasty, I'm going to tell you a secret. I got kicked out of my first high school.
I did too.
Yeah, so that's why I was teaching the kids like me. So, yeah.
Man.
Amen, brother.
You got to touch. You
Yeah.
got to touch them.
You do.
You got to be there to be able to get to people like that.
Yeah, because they're not going to believe somebody who, get this. This to me is what is not reaching those kids, especially in the inner city. You graduate high school.
Right.
You go to college for 4 years. You go back to high school as a first-year teacher, and you grow up in the same cliques that the rest of us never fit into. How are you going to fit and find these kids that need that hand to go study? Because they're not going to listen because you say study because you have to. They're going to listen to you because you prove that you've lived life and you're real and you've experienced hard knocks, and college helped you to do it. So that's the message I try to teach my kids.
That is a message for sure. And I'm super glad I got to hear that. That made my day better today, man. I swear it did. Yeah. All right, man, look. Have you ever created a character in your book that you purposely modeled after yourself?
Oh, gosh. I've been avoiding this question ever since I wrote this book. Although Brian Braston looks a lot like me, that's just because of the Viking and because of the look. But he has some emotional flaws that definitely come after me. I had temper issues as a kid, and his mother was a berserker, and he loses the magic construct is emotion. You can imagine when he loses his temper on the battlefield and goes berserk, how the magic around him changes and the destruction he can cause even to those he loves. And that part is fashioned off of me growing up and the lessons I had to learn to become a man.
Man, it's always cool to see how individuals take experiences and things that they know and they put it in their art. It's always cool, man. It's always
cool.
That's the
only way. That's how it becomes real, man. Art has to live, and the only way it lives is if you breathe life into it.
So would you say your kids are your biggest inspiration in life?
Absolutely. My family drives me. My wife that I have now, Jonna, she's my backbone. She holds me. She props us up. And my kids call her mom. Of course, their mom left when they were little bitty. So, yeah, my kids are my inspiration. She's my backbone and my strength. And I can't do it without them, or I wouldn't have the bravery to step away and even quit being a principal to become a writer.
Y'all know me kind of from watching the show. Y'all know I'm loving every minute hearing what this man's saying. Y'all know it's right up my alley. I'm all about this.
I get that, brother. Thank you.
What is the last thing that you watched on Netflix that you've been watched on Netflix?
Oh, man. Well, oh, gosh, what was it? Love Peaky Blinders. Peaky Blinders just was great. But what was the last thing? Oh, you know what? I'm about to lose all credibility.
Oh, no.
I'm going to lose all credibility here. It was Outlander.
Hey, that's not bad.
I watched every single episode. Are you kidding? That was...
I mean, I thought you were going to say something way worse than that, though.
But every time my wife walked in, it was a questionable scene on there, so she thought that's why I was watching it. No, I'm a historian. I like historical fiction, and I was looking for inspiration as I write my books. I love that setting. So,
okay.
Yeah, so don't think... Yeah.
It's like, look, my beautiful fiance Liz. Hey, Liz.
Hi, Liz.
She got into a kick where she was watching Shameless.
Okay.
And every time I walked into the room, I'm like, "What are you watching? Like, what are they doing in front of these kids? Like, this is horrible. Like, I can't watch this. It wasn't my thing."
Right.
Plug, please, for me. Tell all these people that are going to watch this where they can go, find out more about you, where they can buy your book, and how they can get it.
Okay, tbphillips.com is my website. That will link you to all my social media. That will even link to the books. You can click on them to go to Amazon. My books, unless you meet me at a Comic-Con convention or something like this, you can only get them on Amazon at this time. They are in Kindle, paperback, and book 1, Dreamers of Andalon, will be on Audible by the end of this month. We're just waiting for them to accept it. And pretty soon and book 3 will be out hopefully by December 1st.
Wow.
So
it's pumping them out.
It's happening.
That's right. That's good stuff, man. You spent some time with me. I'm going to have to let you get back to make some money because that's initially what he's here for.
Thank you,
but
brother.
You've got to do something for me before you go because almost everybody that I've asked this has let me down, and I know you're not going to let me down. Give me your best metal scream.
Okay. It's not exactly a metal scream.
Okay.
Oh, yeah! That was Randy Savage.
Look, when we get done, I might have to show you a video before you go. Cave Dwellers, I heard he could also do an amazing...
Anytime my wife's mad at me, I just look at her. I don't care if I brought a new puppy home and she's like so mad because it peed on the floor. It's...
You can't be mad at a Wookiee. Brother, thank you, man.
Brother. Appreciate you.
Cave Dwellers, come back and check us out, man.